person. He did this. There's a power thing. He's new to meeting her. They're new to dating. There's a lot there. But there was a toxic energy there that it's like he was not standing up brother to brother in that moment to sit on a live while she's misgendering you, saying all of the stuff she
Mhm.
said about you. While even previously before this happened, from my understanding, didn't you have your nudes leaked and things like that
Yes.
by her? And she
Yes.
Hmm.
threatened to leak them because you weren't acting the way she like. Explain what happened
Yes.
with the nudes thing too.
Because
So
revenge porn is never okay.
And I think it's illegal in states
I
and stuff,
and
right?
I sent you. I'm not sure if you saw it, but in one of the live clips that I sent you, like towards the end, sh- she does it in there. But she and I was actively working, so she did it actually a total of 3 times.
Wow.
So the first time she did it was on her TikTok live, with almost 2,000 people looking. The second time she did it, she hacked my TikTok, my backup TikTok account. She went in there, she stole money. She stole about $150 from me, and then she distributed the picture to all of our mutuals and then put it on our story in the middle of me literally working my 9 to 5. And then she hacked one of my very old Instagram accounts that I don't even know the password to. And then I sent you that receipt too.
Yeah.
She posted it all on there, and then was in the comments arguing with me back and forth, but broke character, and then pretty much gave herself up. She was trying to act like me,
Yeah.
but
Wait.
broke
Did
character.
I hear this correctly? You're 9 to 5. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, I was working at my 9 to 5 and she was doing all of this to me. So like I'm working and I get a text and I worked from home at the time.
Okay.
Like Josiah, did you just post that? And I'm like, post what? And I went to my thing and like literally my hand was like this, like I couldn't even like get into the phone. Like my hand was like literally shaking. But I was really humiliated by that. Now the way that she even got that photo is she's tries to push online that I was sending it to women and all this. If you listen to her, she goes from me saying, goes from saying I send it to women, to men, to the whole world. No, the reality of the situation is I did send that picture to one man. And the reason I needed to send that picture to a man is because we had an eviction letter on our door. She was getting payments that were invisible. I didn't get paid for another 2 weeks. He was in my, you know, that people be in our DMs just offering strange things for a little bit of change,
Right.
right? Usually, typically, I ignore it, but I needed the money. Like, I couldn't wait 2 more weeks for all those fees to go on. It's like paying damn near half another month's of rent and then having to turn around and pay rent again. So I bit great and I got paid. I got paid $500. I paid the rent that I needed. But where I messed up is I did not tell her, and I will take accountability for that.
Okay.
I did not loop her into it only because I was human. As a man, I was embarrassed. One, I'm a trans man. I'm showing another man that I'm not. I'm not even sexually attracted to men. So for me to have to like open that door, I was just humiliated. And then to bring it to her, I didn't want her to feel like down about herself because she was the one that lacked the payments that I was relying on. And then I didn't also want her to feel like she needed to go show hers. So
Mm.
I was just trying to take really one for the team, and also I was embarrassed. So because I didn't tell her, she concocted after going through my phone a story in her brain, and then
Mhm.
once we separated, I didn't even know she had the picture. That's when she started going crazy with it.
Wow.
But she also utilized it then to have people questioning my sexuality. Like it was just,
A
it
lot.
was a lot. It was a lot. And
Did
even
she
in the
have a
moment,
job ever or at the time at all?
no, she worked at Universal for like 1 second,
Okay.
but she wasn't. She was not working at all. Like she lived with me and lived in the home. And it's funny that how you touched on it, just from being like a spectator on the outside, how you felt like maybe she could have been like exploiting me, allegedly, for her platform. One of our major arguments would be that she wasn't doing anything while living in my house. I was showing up for her 110%, taking care of her child, providing a roof, working outrageous numbers, trying to pay for my top surgery on top of that. And then her son, like that's a lot of finances to take care of. So one of our biggest arguments were I didn't feel like she wasn't doing anything like in return. And I'm not talking about financially. There was nothing really there mentally, emotionally. She wasn't really cleaning the house, things like that, where that was a red flag, but I ignored it because I felt as though like maybe like I'm being dramatic. Maybe I'm the one doing too much. But there was she was not. I was a lot of the time. I felt like I was getting more, and she was just taking.
Mm,
And when we broke up, I told her, I said, my cup. Even in one of the emails I had told her, my cup is literally empty. I have nothing else to give to you from my cup. I started to lose everything around me. My car had gotten repoed. I was getting eviction letters on my door. I wasn't even getting that when I was single paying for my top surgery by myself. Before I got with her, I had already started paying for my top surgery. And I wasn't late on my rent. I wasn't late on my car. I didn't have
Wow.
any issues. So when the narrative that gets pushed, like Josiah doesn't have anything, Josiah doesn't, no, I don't have anything because one, I almost lost it all for her. Then I turned around and gave it all up for her to try to make things in hopes to make everything work.
mm.
And then when I realized and got the balls to leave, of course I didn't have anything because she took it all. Like,
Yeah.
and I almost feel as though she moved me over to Texas, like as like some type of like evil, weird plot. Like it was just weird because she even came out later on and said that she's been talking to the dude. So it's just like I don't get it. Like I don't,
Wow.
So do we have video of this new man or that
Yeah,
she got? I want to see this.
we
I want to see this
no,
this
and
person.
this video is interesting
I
because
want to
he's
see him.
even calling her out about like how she kind of misled him. If we could play that clip.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
She, well, that's the last time. She came out here to visit her family. Her child came because her
that was
child
not even
came
true.
to visit his grandmother
You
and
know he's
whatever other
lying.
family she has out this way. That's why her child is with her. I hit her up, said, "What you doing? I see you in my city." She said, "Well, while I'm out here, I do want to have fun. I'm meeting up with other people, of course, you know, other content creators and shit like that." But she like, "But meanwhile, I do want to go to the beach in Hollywood and shit like that." All right, come on, let's go. I go. Of course, her son wants to do this stuff too. Her son wants to get on the Ferris wheel. Her son want to get on the roller coaster. That's why her son was with me. We were literally going to go, what is that? Santa Monica. Literally going to Santa Monica to get on the beach and all the rides and shit. That's literally why she wanted to go to Santa Monica. They both wanted to go there to get on the roller coaster. I don't know why. Shit is bullshit if we know. And the Ferris wheel, bullshit.
Santa
Roller
Monica
coaster
Pier.
don't even go upside
Yeah.
down, but it's something they were starstruck about doing. That's why the child was around me. Other than, you know, eating and all of that stuff, and me playing with them with the wrestlers and stuff. Only reason.
Hmm. So it's so funny that he says that they're both such horrible liars because if social media
I
has a
love that you
track
just call
record,
it straight out.
no, like
Because
no, and
no,
that's
I
the
saw
thing.
the live. I watched him sit there and giggle, and to me, it was that whole thing of like, I've got bottom surgery, so I'm more of a man than you are. So
Also,
That's
he's a
exactly what it is.
post-op.
he's a post-op trans
So
man
he's a trans man and likes to look down on other trans men
because they
who are
don't
pre-op.
have pre
Pathetic.
like a trans
Mm.
medicalist situation, and like the stuff that came out of her mouth. And kind of the way that even they navigated with their content. I mean, I saw him actively posting her, and it was just really toxic. And I had one more question before we
It's
wrap
not
up
gonna last.
on the finance. So in terms of like finances and stuff, like were you guys like equally sharing the bills, or was she covering your bills? Because like I know she has her TikTok following. You said she doesn't have a job, so how is she able to cover the cost for like her kid and stuff like that? Because the narrative that like was put on the internet is like, oh, you're living off of her, and from what it kind of sounds like is that sounds kind of the opposite in a way. I
Yeah.
mean, it sounds like you had the 9 to 5 and you were providing
Yeah.
a space for her.
Yes.
Let me know if I've
Um,
missed anything or something's off.
no, yeah, no, you're absolutely correct. What a lot of the internet doesn't even understand is the way that she ended up living with me is because her mother kicked her and her son out. Also, people have this like perception when they see people with a large following that automatically means money.
Yeah.
No,
Mhm.
she was not make she wasn't even making more money than my 9 to 5 at that point in time
Oh.
on TikTok. When she started blowing up again on TikTok is when she accused me of false allegations of deed. And all
So
these
it created her
analytics,
following to go up, which I think is what really
yes.
created her addiction in TikTok. Because I've seen so many TikTok creators do
Yeah.
that and kind of
Mhm.
exploit themselves. Like not to say that we don't, do things